Hey, Eric Lima here. You're watching my YouTube vlog. Sentimental thoughts come from the heart in this vlog. Also, mental oddball shenanigans. They come from the brain in this vlog. It's EML77 TV. It's episode 631. What's going on? May 26, 2023, 30 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, this has not been the easiest video I'm going to make. And no, I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not doing any of that. I just want to, I've always been the type of person to try to be positive and try to relax and not go completely crazy over everything that's happened. And just want to let you guys know that our family dog Reeses has officially crossed into heaven via by the Rainbow Bridge. Our family dog was brought a lot of joy into our lives and a lot of smiles and and especially my mother, who was more close to him than any one of us has in our family. And I usually pet him. He's always protective of his mother, and when he wants food, you stay away from him if he wants food, because you try to pet him at this point, he try to snap at you. But he was a good dog, and he had a cancerous mass around his heart, and there was, even in surgery, there was nothing, because it would come back. And instead of having him suffer, we decided to let him go. Our heart's been, my mother's heart's been more broken than anything else, and I started crying too. And I'm at that point where I said, that's it. 2020 officially sucks. And I want to read something to you from my Facebook. I decided to write something down because I'm at that point, because we had I'm at that point in my life where I'm at that point in my life where a lot of, we had a lot of highlights, we had more lowlights this year than anything else. And just I'm at that point in my life where let me see. Let's see my profile for a minute here. I'm going to write something. I'm going to say something when I'm going to kick this video off, because I'm trying to find the words of describing this year, basically, and I said, this needs to be said. 2020 officially sucks. I tried to stay positive, but it seems like all of us have kept on running into hurdles that keep on popping up every single time we jump over one hurdle. We blame everything else on and everyone else, but we got to do some serious soul searching, folks. We cannot be angry and hateful towards one another, because that solves nothing. Hatchets need to be buried, grudges need to be eradicated, and strife, division, prejudice, and racism must be eliminated. Yes, we are going through a major challenge in our lives right now, but we cannot give up. I know a lot of us are sick of 2020 as well, but if we're going to have the second half of this year to be great, let's stop belly aching and start living life pedal to the metal. But we also need to be considerate and respectful towards one another. It isn't easy, but we can do it. I love all you guys, and all of you need to know that. Let's rock. And I had 6 people like the status. I want to thank them. My good friend Scott Miller said word. Carl Colangelo, who is the husband of one of my former coworkers at Ruby Tuesday, but it must be her. I think she couldn't get, I think it was actually her, because she couldn't get into her own Facebook. Well said, Eric. I completely agree with you. People need to start treating each other with respect and have faith that we can overcome any obstacle. Amen to that. Jacob Mello, who's a good friend of mine, used to go to my church years ago, under the Church of New Testament name. This is way before New Seasons Worship Center changed the name. I agree, my friend. I'm working crazy hours and no one appreciative. When this is over, we'll be standing tall and strong. My saying I stick to. You can bend me, but you can't break me. I always come out stronger. Thank you very much. A lot of folks, let's see, Peter Lucas, my cousin Edward, Carl Colangelo, Dan, one of my former coworkers, good wrestling friend Terry Nielsen, and Jim Shansowski, who's a fellow Patriots fan. Thank you very much for liking the status. And you know what, guys? We need to, this was a post that I saved. Also, one of the highlights was my nephew being born this year, and but the low light, like I said, our family dog Reeses ends up, Reeses had passed on, so it has been a really, really rough year for a lot of us out there, and I'm at that point in my life where I'm just going to say I'm just sick of 2020, and you heard me say that on my Facebook. We have to stop, guys. We have to stop bullying each other. I think the pandemic has really, really affected us from a mental standpoint, and then we end up snapping at each other. We're snapping at wrestlers. We're snapping. It got to the point where there was a show on Netflix called Terrace House, and one of the promising wrestling stars of Stardom, Miss Hana Kimura, who was very beautiful, very beautiful young lady, only 22 years old. She was upset at one of the housemates for, because he did not know this, and poor guy did not know this, but I feel bad for him too. But he's got to be considerate. He has, I always make sure that. When it comes to laundry, okay, my family always makes sure that if I'm going to be doing laundry, they always make sure that the washer and dryer are empty. And I always make sure the washer and dryer are empty. I don't touch their clothes. I don't mess with their clothes, all right? And that's what this guy should have done. But, he realizes that her wrestling outfit, he didn't realize her wrestling outfit was in the dryer. And her wrestling outfit was an outfit that she wore at Wrestle Kingdom in Tokyo Dome, and that's a huge thing. Tokyo Dome was like Madison Square Garden up there in the land of the rising sun. She was upset because that outfit meant a lot to her, and she knocked the hat off his head or something like that. A little upset, And there were viewers of and fans of the show that were upset. They don't know anything about wrestling and all that, or if they do, they basically got on her case about it to the point where she ended up taking her own life. And there was a YouTube channel where where a person celebrated her death, which this is really sad. When bullies celebrate someone's death, that's not right. I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry about this. Listen, I wouldn't even wish death on my worst enemy. I don't have a whole lot of enemies in my life, per se. I never considered anyone, I never hated anybody, per se. Heck, here's the strange part. I'm friends with my good friend Jason DeCanio, who has been feuding with this individual Chuck Fitch because of, a.k.a. eBay's a joke, because when Jason lived in New York, he was friends with Hubcap Joe, who sells hubcaps, and he was an auto salesman, okay? And this individual, Chuck Fitch, made fun of Hubcap Joe to the point where, my friend Jason stood up for Hubcap Joe. And that's what he's basically doing. I wouldn't wish, and they've been feuding since 2013, I was told. I had YouTube since 2011, but I didn't get on eBay till 2015. Well, anyways, I gave Jason a shout out on my on my old channel back in 2016, and he had daily doses. He was a devout Catholic, spiritual daily doses and all that. People want uplifting things, so at that point. But then somebody commented, "Hey, be careful. Why are you being friends with Jason?" I said, I explained, I'm friends with Jason because him and I both love classical game shows. And then they started harassing me because of my friendship with him, to the point where, they threaten to close down my channel. They keep calling me Chuck Fitch. They take my videos and distort them and do all sorts of crazy things with them and all that. And I try to fight back. I try to do via videos or else, And instead I started, and then I got to the point where I think it was later 2017. I realized I'm wise to these trolls games. I know what's going on. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to find their channel and block them. They're not saying anything to me. I'm not saying anything to them. And that's basically, because basically I'm trying to go by the old saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And, basically, and then Jason did continue his feud, but I am not getting in the middle of that anymore. Jason apologized to me, which is fine. These guys are not understanding. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it, And was I upset? A little upset with him? Yeah, but I'm not totally upset with him. I'm not angry at Jason because, I thought I was doing him a solid. I thought I was doing him a favor because there's people out there. Listen, it happened. No big deal. It's not your fault. And, he said he didn't mean to get me in the middle of this whole thing. And I said, Jason, it's all right, man. I'm totally cool with it. Yeah, I'm a little upset with that, but you know what, though? The only thing is I never let my anger get a control of me on that situation. Because I would have lost a friend in Jason. I would have. But be it as it may, I didn't even, it was like, listen, I get upset with people if they make, harsh remarks or make dumb decisions or anything like that. But instead of calling them names and say, I hope you die, I hope you commit suicide, you should be going, go away, and everything else, that's not right, That's right. I just say, hey, you need to be better, you need to act better, you need to learn. All right? I block people because I want them to learn. I want them to learn what their actions and words do to people. That's why I block a lot of people on every single one of my social media feeds, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I didn't have a whole lot of trolling on Instagram. TikTok, I didn't have a whole lot of trolls on there, which is, pretty good, per se. Here on YouTube, I had a lot of trolling on YouTube, but instead of fighting back and, instead of fighting, I had to comment on a couple of videos and, hey, listen, I'm at the point where I'm going to say, have you learned anything? You've learned nothing. These trolls, bullies, and haters have learned nothing of what happened to that young lady in Japan. And then you got JD from New York who was looking at YouTube berating Alexa Bliss for a reason. And all of a sudden, people, the WWE superstar stood up for Alexa. Everybody, and it was like, does anybody learn anything about trolling and bullying? Has anybody learned anything? Seriously? Come on, people, it's time to wake up, huh? The reason why this year sucked is not because of our government. It's not because of the COVID-19. It's not because of, sports being shut down and everything else. It's because of us, people. Because we refuse to treat one another with respect. And because of that, we are suffering the consequences of us being mean to each other, bullying each other, And then we got, listen, that's why I decided I'm not going to retaliate and bully anybody anymore. I'm not going to, I got suspended from Twitter once because I told someone to punch themselves in the face because they disrespected Trisha Paytas. It's about time that we stop all that. All right? And start saying, hey, if somebody says something mean to a celebrity or a wrestler or anything else, it's about to say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. Be a better person. Don't be doing this. You're the reason why people are acting. You got to stop this. And that's what I've been trying to do. I'm trying to be more of a mature adult in every situation. Say, hey, you got to stop this. We got to be better. We got to do better. Do better, be better. That's what we got to be as people. I see fights among my game show fan friends on Discord over the years. 2018 was the perfect example. Two of my friends who are still friends with me to this day, but they're not friends with each other anymore because a young teenage kid cheated on a game show, on a game show that we do, and there was a decision whether or not they kick him off the group or what. This happened during my vacation, and I was like oblivious to the whole thing until I saw what was going on. And I would have put in my 2 cents, but then I was getting sick and tired of the whole thing, and say I'm not taking a side in this, and I got chided by one of the main subjects because of that. I said, hey, this is how I am. I'm sick of and I told him, I said, this is last time I got in the middle of something, I end up getting trolled on, and I am not going to have it here. That's what I told him. This is the reason why. I have my reasons why I'm not picking a side no more. You got, oh, please don't go on this channel and be the friend. Just basically don't support anybody who's going to be being mean and be a bully. All right? If you're going to support somebody who's being mean and bullied, then you're enabling them. All right? I think when it comes to bullying and cyberbullying, we have to stop being enablers. Especially if we say something like retaliation bullying. We cannot bully back. We got to say, hey, you need to get better. You have to stop this. You need to get better. That's all we need to say. Don't call names. Don't say, I hope you die or kill yourself or something like that. Don't say any of that crap. Just be mature. Be the one to stand up and say, hey, you're insulting that person. That's not right. You have to be a better person. Do better. Be better. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to be. And you know why this year sucks? Like I said, it's because of us, the people. You know why our country is crazy now? It's because of us, the people. We got to do our jobs and vote early and vote often. We can't just vote 1 year and then all of a sudden, oh, I forgot to vote. I've done that. Guilty. I voted a few times and then all of a sudden I forgot to vote. It's my fault too. When I say us, me included, people need to freaking wake up to reality. Yes, we're going through a tough time right now. But it's about time we stop acting negatively towards one another and start being positive towards one another. Pick each other up. Like I said on my Facebook status, hatchets need to be buried. Grudges need to be eliminated. We got to stop trolling and disrespecting people. We have to stop being bullies ourselves. Because there are times that we've been mean to each other. We insult each other. We're being bullies. We're being as bad as the trolls and bullies and haters out there. We need to start being better people. Next time people berate me, I say, hey, listen, what you say is not cool. Be a better person, man. Stop spreading lies. Stop being mean. Be a better person. It's about high time we stand up for each other. We stand with each other. I mean, it takes time for this to happen. I know. I mean, my mother, my family's been through a lot this year. Our family has been through a lot this year. This year stunk. Before our dog passed away, I mean, a couple of months ago, he was attacked by one of my sister's dogs because he was going near, because we had all three of them were active, running around, and, he was getting near a baby seat, and my sister's border collie, my sister Jules' border collie, Pepsi, she was being very protective, but she has a bad temper, and attacked Reeses, and he wasn't the same after that. And I wouldn't be surprised something like that happened. And my heart kind of broke, and we had to keep the dog separate at the time. Now Reeses is no longer with us because of probably had probably an actor effect. And I don't know, man. I'll be totally honest with you, I don't know. And I'm at that point in my life right now where, with everything going on, and we haven't learned anything from the bullying because, he decided, this JD from New York decided to berate Alexa Bliss. And I'm like, these internet marks, they have to stop. They have to stop picking on the WWE. Yes, Vince McMahon is 75 years old. He's old. He'll go at some time. Yeah, they don't, listen. It's not just Vince McMahon. You look at Kevin Dunn, who's still working for the company. All right? Right? People, get upset with Vince. You get upset with Kevin Dunn as well, because he's the one who makes suggestions, But might I digress, though? We got to stop blaming each other and start blaming ourselves for what this country's been through and what this world has been through, because it's our fault. It's not just the virus's fault. It's not just the politician's fault. It's our fault. Our fault because we're getting too selfish to care for one another. I know there's a lot going on in our lives right now, and I can understand that. And understand that we can't do a whole lot. Yes, it sucks when we cannot do a whole lot for each other, and it is bad. You want to do something, and you can't. You don't have to give out money. Just give your time. Love to others. There's sometimes that we need to be alone, sure. Listen, I'm separated from my family, even though I live in their house. I love my family. Don't get me wrong. I love my family. I love my parents, but sometimes you need some alone time for yourself. They give me that little bit of freedom. I got my own car, my license, my car. Got my own bank accounts. I'm good. I praise God. I have my own computer. I have my own social media accounts. I'm 43 years old. I'm old enough to do whatever the heck I want. Yes, I live in their house. I don't abide by their rules and respect them, which is fine. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I have no problem with that. I don't have a girlfriend of my own, but I'm not complaining about that, am I? People do even mostly wrestlers and celebrities do the old mom's basement jokes. Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of that too. But hey, those people don't understand what the lies that we have lived through. But also, that doesn't justify us bullying them. Or them bullying us. It doesn't justify nothing. It justifies nothing. It just makes things worse. If we can understand each other, this world would be in a better place. You want to know why 2020 sucks? It's us, people. We made 2020 suck. With our negativity, with our strife, division, arguing with other people, total strangers on politics, religion. We need to search our hearts and our souls, people. We need to be better and do better. President Trump talks about make America great again. We're not going to depend on Donald Trump to make America great again. Or the politicians in the White House, Republican, Democrat, Whig Party, it doesn't matter. It depends on us. On us. It's what we should do to make America great again. I know there's people who don't like Trump. There's people who don't like Hillary or Biden or anybody else. But, let's leave the politicians out of this. And let's blame ourselves. It's our fault. We need to get better. We need to do better and be better. It's us. The reason, we had great plans for 2020. We had great plans for 2020. But ever since the pandemic happened and everything shut down, all those plans went out the window. We had to improvise in some of those plans. This past weekend, my sisters, three of my four sisters graduated high school. And I was there, and I participated, took part in their graduation celebration. It was an honor to do so. I'm really proud of my sisters, and I love them. Heck, also this past weekend, my little nephew, John James Alexander, named after my brother-in-law's grandfather, which I think is the coolest thing to do, was born. And I think that was really cool. And then finally, we've heard back from my brother-in-law, Brandon, for the very first time in about 2 years. And our parents, this is not his fault of what happened with my sister Cora. And he's going to try to make an effort to keep in touch with us. And hopefully reconnect with my niece and nephew, who I found out they're upset with us because of what my sister said to them. Said to them about us, which is disheartening to say the least. She decided to change her name, her look, her lifestyle. She changed everything. Just because she's upset with us. I don't know if it's the miscarriage after miscarriage that she's been getting over the years that's probably affected her from a mental standpoint. I personally think so. But I'm very disappointed in her. I'm upset with her. Because I thought she'd be the only, out of all of us, she'd be the good egg to take care of us, to watch our backs and stand up for us. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. I got trolls telling me why my sister acts the way she's been acting. They think they know. One person said, "Oh, because you won't talk to you because you're a retard." That word is sickening. That word is sickening. I blocked that troll. You know why I block trolls? I don't hate the trolls. I don't hate them. But they need to learn a lesson in respecting others. If they cannot respect others, and they cannot respect me, don't expect me to respect you back. Don't expect me to even engage in a conversation with you. If you want to you want to say some foolish things and disrespectful things, you want to make things personal, you get blocked. Simple as that. And here's the crazy part. JD from New York was upset because his parents ended up calling him saying they've been harassed via texts and phone calls. Have we learned anything? I'm sure JD from New York will be addressing that situation on his YouTube channel. It's one thing to take it out on the guy who's, one thing to get upset with the guy. Now to realize when I said this, I said on my Twitter that he has learned. I'm going to go to my Twitter account because I said something about him. And like I said, I don't insult people. I try not to insult people anymore. I'm trying to, seriously, yeah. I'm going to go on. I want to go on my Twitter here, profile, tweets and replies, and just and a lot of people are just upset saying and I'm going to. All right, I said this. I said JD from New York at JD from New York 206 has learned nothing from what has happened this past weekend. As a matter of fact, folks who keep mean tweeting has learned nothing from what happened this past weekend. Stop it. Be better, do better, and act better. Cut the crap, act right, start respecting people. And that's what I said. So, anyways, Metal Goddess, Hara Queen, Metal Goddess, and what was her, unless she blocked me, Hara Goddess 97, Hara _ Goddess 97 was telling Natalia she had no talent. After Natalia says, won't stop till she's mine. I said, tell her I am cyberbullying. Did I call her names? Did I make a threat? And I quoted her saying, you have no talent. To me, that's an insult to Natty, who was a former champion, mind you. Natty comes from one of the most prominent wrestling families in the sport today. Be better, be respectful, and be mindful of what you say. And somebody liked that tweet. YB Tone, thank you very much for liking that. And that's why, so that is why, That is why. And then we got Angus O'Loughlin. I don't know where he's from. I know he's said that, this is saying this blank is hilarious. Seeing reactions like this as an adult, because Tiffany Castagna, who is a good person, a loyal employee for All Elite Wrestling, and she was happy that Cody Rhodes won the TNT Championship. And she goes, I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. Never let anyone make you feel bad for loving what makes you happy. Life is all about enjoying it. Love loudly. Be passionate. Be proud of who you are and what you love. I certainly am. Hashtag AEW double or nothing, DON, on with AEW. And Angus goes, hey, Tiffany, I'm ashamed or sorry about my tweet. I was writing the curse word. I generally think as an adult, believing this type of wrestling is real or entertaining is truly hilarious. I'll talk to anyone about a different opinion. Well, I said, dude, for being very mean, Tiffany, just because of your opinion, you get this. And I put in the bolt of lightning. Kaboom, lightning strikes, you lose. That's all that matters. And you got, excuse me, so, some wrestlers said some crazy things to me at one point. Hurricane Helm says, if you couldn't afford Transformers and had to settle for GoBots, do you even struggle, bro? And I think, and Jay Bradley goes, lies. I don't get the GoBot hate. Love them both. So did I. I didn't see that. And GoBots were the OGs of the robot trend in the US of A. I said, I think I said something that was really cool to him, and I said I like both. I like both the GoBots and Transformers G1 series on DVD. And he responded, Jay Bradley, you must be the human version of Leader 1. And I said, I wish I was. Leader 1 was a great Guardian leader. If I had a favorite Renegade, it would be Crasher. Loved it. Jay Bradley liking Turbo. How crazy the composite. Full Grimlock. The sheer complexity of Transformers is wild, man. Diecast and all. I remember getting ticked off as a kid how crazy and complex they got. Full Grimlock mode. Me no like, me mad, me confused. Optimus Prime just day, bro. Just like the front of a Mack truck. Ha 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 ha. And Jay Bradley can be. Yeah. Yeah, so, anyway, so I just, guys, we just need to start getting better and being better. Stop criticizing each other and all that good stuff. And I know I try to stay away from criticizing people. It's really tough. I know sometimes, this criticism I can't take very well. And I'll be honest with you, I'm guilty of that. You know what I'm saying? But, right now, we need to start being better as people. Just be careful. If we're going to criticize somebody, be careful what we say. Come up with good ideas. Help them out and say, hey, you can come up with a new finishing maneuver if you want. Don't say, oh, he's stale and all that. That's part. The sharpshooter is part of it's part of the family tradition with Natalia. She always respects family tradition. Sometimes you can use, they use the same maneuver that's been effective for their patriarchs and all. But now, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm just, it's something that we need to do. Yeah. Listen, I'm not expecting to be the most popular YouTuber in the world. I don't expect to be that. I don't expect to, be so popular to the point where I'm invited to red carpet things and have a beautiful girl on my arm and, walk down the red carpet and go, hey, how you doing? And say, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to meet you for a while, and I've been wanting to meet you for a while. No, I just do it for fun. I just do this for fun, for enjoyment, and communicating with the world, either being real or not. I love you guys out there. I love everyone here. I love all my friends and family too much for everyone to be like this towards one another. I even love my family. I love my siblings, including my sister Cora. I love everybody. Just we need to do better. We need to do better and be better. That's what we need to do. It would mean a lot to me if we start doing that. Okay? So, I'm really sorry, folks, but after my dog passed, my dog decided to go home, across the Rainbow Bridge, the family dog, and seeing my mother's heart break and in tears and see how much she hates this year. The most rotten year ever. And I had to say something. So far, this first half of 2020 is the most rotten half I've ever been through in my life. Been out of work for 2 months. I don't know what to tell you. I can't wait for our lives to be kind of normal again. It won't be easy. Won't be easy. So let's end this here before I tried to be entertaining the last couple of videos, and it's like the hits just keep on coming here in 2020. It's like that poor guy who hit 4 whammies in a row in one of the shows on Press Your Luck. Speaking of which, the second season's coming back this Sunday. Can't wait to watch it. Then we got In Your House and everything I'll talk about while things are going down on entertainment from the next episode of my vlog of EML77 TV. This is it for episode 631. I will see you guys episode 632. And remember, folks, do better, be better. Better yourselves.